While many have been calling for serious changes in police departments and other American institutions, the debate over racist symbols across the country has reignited as well. Among them, 10 military bases named for Confederate leaders who fought to keep slavery. After years of refusing to change the names, the Secretaries of Defense and the Army said they were open to discussing the idea this week. And today, the Republican-led Senate Armed Services Committee approved a measure that would force the name changes. But the commander-in-chief isn't having it, calling the bases hallowed grounds on Twitter and declaring his administration will not even consider the renaming of these magnificent and fabled military installations. As former presidential contender Pete Buttigieg tweeted, "This shouldn't be hard. Let's not name military assets after men who, motivated by racism, took up arms against the United States of America." It shouldn't be, but apparently it is. Though for some more than others. NASCAR officially banned the Confederate flag from all of its events and properties yesterday. And protesters in Richmond, Virginia, toppled a statue of Confederate leader Jefferson Davis, among others that came down overnight in the state. Memorials to Christopher Columbus have also been targeted thanks to his legacy of slavery and violence towards Native Americans, including one statue right here in Boston, which was beheaded early Wednesday and later removed from a park that also bears his name. Mayor Marty Walsh says the city will now take time to assess the damage and the statue's historic meaning. Of course, Boston leaders aren't the only ones in the state grappling with these kinds of issues. In the town of Walpole, there's a growing movement to change the name the school's athletic teams have gone by since the 60s, the Rebels. Liz Neisloss has more.
This is the town of Walpole, where residents have been holding a daily stand out for justice in the wake of George Floyd's death. This town's citizens fought in the Civil War for the Union. But the national spotlight on racism has ripped open what one resident calls a wound that's been festering for decades, the high school team name, the Rebels. Fans once sang Dixie in the Walpole stands and waved Confederate flags. In recent years, school officials have denounced racist links and banned flags. But opponents say it's time to make a clean break.
It comes full circle, especially with Walpole, to truly get rid of that Confederate flag image, that viewpoint. You have to get rid of that rebel name because it was synonymous with the Confederate flag.
Darley Desimo grew up in Walpole and felt part of the team brotherhood when he played wide receiver as a Walpole Rebel. He still treasures his football jerseys, but now thinks the Rebel name needs to go.
Like, I never understood. And the moment I left the bubble, you experience life. You see more people. You're with people of color a lot more. When you're in that bubble, you don't know how things are perceived outside of the bubble.
Rachel Bagley and Lindsay Sullivan graduated from Walpole High in 2018. Back then, they didn't fight the Rebel name. The protests changed that.
Look at the ways in which we've perpetuated racism and a glaring injustice in our community by using this name, and how we are all sort of complicit.
So they started a petition a week ago to change the name.
We wanted to look within our own community and see what we could change at the local level.
The women say they've been personally attacked.
I think overnight it kind of blew up, and I woke up to a bunch of messages on Instagram from members of the football team and other sports teams at the high school.
A current high school student started a counter-petition. Supporters, including parents and many other town residents, say the Rebel name has nothing to do with racism. Others are tired of everyone being offended. And Walpole athletes are not lone rebels. More than 300 schools across the country use the Rebel name. And from New Jersey to Virginia and Texas, the same debate has broken out.
It tends to trivialize the beautiful history that the town of Walpole had.
Michael Amaral graduated in 1971 when the high school yearbook featured a Confederate flag on the cover. 2 years ago, he also started a petition to change the Rebel name.
We don't have a dark history in this town. We have a noble history, and we should teach the kids about it.
This, too, is now part of Walpole history. The town will have to decide if that rebel pride is prejudice. Liz Neisloss, WGBH News.
Walpole School and town officials did not return repeated requests for comment on the story, but yesterday they did announce they'll be holding a virtual community forum this coming Tuesday for people to weigh in on the issue. And they're going to be taking written comments on the school district website. Then next Thursday, the school committee will vote.